The growing influence of artificial intelligence, AI, on Nigerian youth is reshaping the way they learn, work, create, and interact with the world. From social media content creation to online businesses, education, entertainment, and emerging job opportunities, AI is rapidly becoming a powerful tool in the hands of young people. This technological shift is not only opening new doors for innovation and entrepreneurship, but it's also pushing youth to adapt to a fast-evolving digital economy. Welcome, and thank you for joining us on another episode of Youth Connect on Trust TV. I am Fatima Ahmed Musa. Now let's go on a quick break, and when we return, you get to meet my guest. Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. Now, joining me in the studio is Japhet Johnson. He's a software engineer and a blockchain educator. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
I mean, you heard from the opening, we're talking about AI and how it's actually reshaping, how young people nowadays learn and even create content on social media. So would you say this is what the new normal is for Nigerian youths?
All right, so thank you very much for having me. I think this is the first time in history where we are seeing a technology that affects youth directly and also changes the sphere of how we operate with our human day-to-day activities. So I think it's not just the new normal, it has arrived to actually be the present of reality now. And AI is something that we are so happy because it has started bridging the gap of unemployment to people becoming employed. And this is without even government being the intermediary now. We can see how people can transition from one skill set to the other quickly. We can see how people can move. I tell my friends that my younger brother studied chemistry, but now he's a video editor and a graphic designer. And what he learned it within the short period of time because AI tools were there for him to use.
So are you saying that this is a fast way for youth to learn, and acquire skills?
So definitely, you see, we are in a country where we have to look at these spaces. There are people that don't have access to these tools, which will be maybe something we'll discuss later, has to do with the challenges. But it's the quickest way for people to learn now. Now, a normal traditional way of learning how to, let's say, build a software could take you 2 to 3 years. But now with AI, you could get guidance, detailed processes. So now we are seeing different tools that are actually embedding AI because it's quicker for someone to learn using AI that actually you have to drive to a training center, you have to sit down with the instructor, then you go through those processes of learning. So we are seeing youth adapting because it's quicker to use AI to learn and also go into full live production for anything you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you on that. But what are the biggest risks of AI for Nigerian youth, especially regarding job displacement?
So I think the learning curve for adoption needs to be streamlined. We need a lot of people that need to be educated. Thank God for this type of programs. So education is the key thing. Because Nigerians we are one kind of hyper set of people that when we see something, we jump on the trend. We don't really look at the negative effects. And I think that's where government is trying to put regulations around AI and the usage. So yeah, we understand that people need to learn. But how do you do a structural learning that people don't use it in the wrong way? The challenges that we're beginning to see now is you can be framed. Someone can just go and get your picture or your video and just add some other clips. In fact, it can just become something very bad. We can see how people can forge receipts using AI. People can forge video that doesn't even happen. I think that's something that's going to really affect even the next election because we're going to see videos that you cannot even differentiate which is the real one, which is the fake one. That's why we are hoping that some of these social media platforms become very extensive that they can tell this is an AI-generated video or not, because the AI is becoming more and more efficient every day. I was discussing with a friend, I said, do you know they can just create a video and said you have said something blasphemous about someone or you have insulted someone and the video will become so real that people cannot even say, no, he didn't say it. He said it because the texture of the image, your voice control and everything, the AI has already learned and adapted to it. So the challenges of usage is going to be extreme. And we just hope the government will start putting a lot of frameworks around the usage of AI.
Yeah, so I got curious when you said it may affect the, general elections, which is 2027. That's what we are all looking forward
Definitely.
to. How would you say it's going to affect it? Are you saying it's going to create images, or like you said, maybe votes and what have you? Is that what you're saying, that it's going to affect?
Yes, so like
election?
I said, it's usage. Now, for every new technology, there's the good part, and definitely the good part can also be used to develop something that is the bad aspect of it. So now we are in a generation where bad actors try to just go on a new technology to see how to exploit it. So the general election that is coming up, we know how a lot of youths are so engaged on social media. That's the easiest way to target your audience. You want to pass through propaganda. In fact, we see the kind of propaganda that so you will start seeing roads that actually in real life are just potholes, but now we can start seeing a lot of videos that we have done this road, we have done that, but nobody is there to actually fact check. So that's the main issue now, that I feel we are going to have those challenges because a lot of propaganda videos will start coming out, and we need to ensure these social media platforms actually have this control to let us know that these images, these videos, these statements are actually the AI generated. Because to some point, I can actually give some videos and you say, oh, this one was shot in Trust TV.
Yeah, because they look real, actually.
Everything looks real. You can repurpose this same video and put Trust TV and change whatsoever I'm saying now.
But what are the signs that people should watch out for, to be able to depict what is artificial intelligence, created images or videos, like you said, and the real ones that we normally see?
Yeah, so currently now, some of the few that people can use is, you have tools that you can actually pick to go and test, but you can see from the texture of the skin, the hand movements, the tone, and even the blinking of the eye.
Exactly,
so some of those are like little, but the truth is AI is just machines that learn, adapt, and take decision. So what happens is that it knows where it's becoming faulty, then it keeps adapting and becoming better. So now it will become that it takes an AI to know it's an AI that created that AI content. So, because it's going to go beyond human understanding. So those are the kind of challenges that it poses in the nearest future.
So are you also trying to say that it can AI be used to fact check, certain things, like, maybe during the election period, and can it be also used to detect what is real and what is not real, even though it's AI? We know that.
Yeah, definitely. So that is data, right? So every data has a source. So this AI are being developed. There are just models that are being built to understand where is the source of this data. Was this data actually generated by another AI? So that's why it's easy for AI to be able to detect it's another AI that created, because there's some metadata. For every video you created or pictures, there are metadata that are stored with that content. Sometimes you, as an editor or someone that created it, you might not have access to go and edit those metadata because they are hidden to you, just specific to those devices. But AI is able to actually extract those data. That's why you see some pictures you take maybe 10 years ago. If you load it on somebody, it show you this is the location, this is the time, this is the device that was used to take that picture. But maybe you could not see it on your own device. But because those information are actually encoded in those pictures or videos, AI will be able to detect that it was another AI that created this stuff. And that's why now we are looking about interoperability between different softwares. The creators need to ensure that they need to encode some of those digital signatures on them, so that it's easy for you to build an AI to say, okay, are these videos real? Is there really any rigging in this particular position? Are we actually syncing this information with the satellites and other information to actually check that, yes, these results are fake? This event, because we can start seeing polling units now counting, and they say, so that's so how do we actually do that with devices that will be able to check those locations? Truly, is the counting going on now, or are the results actually what we are seeing from this video, or what have you? Because that's the challenge that will start happening now.
So, but what are the implications of all these things that we just mentioned? Because, if this is what is going to happen, it means AI, regardless of, being a tool that is supposed to, make work easy for people, make entertainment, for example, creating content easy for skit makers and what have you. It means it has an implication. What are the implications of
So I think from my own end, I look at it as let's look at the positive part first, because it's creating a lot of jobs. In a country where we have the statistics is like 4 million Nigerians, like graduates every year, are being churned out from the universities, and less than, I think, 200 or 300,000 are being employed every year. So we have almost 3.8 that are unemployed. Jobless, yes. So what happens is that we are beginning to see a level of employment that is being created by this technology. Because now the truth is, the AI is not even displacing people here, because we are not even having a lot of people that are working. So the people that are saying, oh, we are scared, AI is going to take our job, how many jobs do we even have? So now it's creating more job. We are seeing people going into content creation. I was discussing with a friend, and he was saying this faceless video concept now. In 3 months, you can see people earning $1,000, $2,000. In 4 months, and almost the whole series and whole processes are done by AI. You don't need to show your face. We are seeing people doing graphics design. I told my brother studied chemistry, and now he's doing video. So we are seeing how people are transitioning very quickly using AI. So from this part of the world, I think it's helping our economy, because we are beginning to see a lot of youth. That's why I think the new tax law now will definitely have to come up, because we are seeing a lot of youth that are getting money online, working remotely. So I know the government will have to look at that. Oh, now we have to see how to tax content creators, people that are working remotely and whatever. Yes, these are the opportunities
Stop
it
giving
brings.
the government the, the boost too for them to,
So I think that's on the positive as well. We are beginning to see companies or businesses utilize AI to actually have beta records, statistical record of what's happening. Their work are becoming more effective and efficient. You can do a proper marketing now to target the right audience. We are beginning to see accountants are becoming very smart now, because AI makes their job very easy. We are seeing lawyers now that at some point you can actually see a lot of clauses that some people just sign without reading. But now you have AI that can just read the whole thing and explain to you, no, if you don't do this, if you do this, there's something hidden in this. So even lawyers are finding it easy now to explain, because these tools are available. So it's helping our work become more effective. And with that, we are going to have more and more jobs. So for a country like Nigeria, we are not scared of AI displacing people. We should actually see it as a means that we are going to have more jobs being created by it.
Yeah, I mean, talking about displacing people, I saw, or should I say, I was having a conversation a while back when we were discussing about networking, and someone saying lecturers and teachers are saying that AI may take their jobs away, because the AI actually doesn't get tired of teaching, and it will repeat whatever student until they are able to, assimilate and comprehend. But let's shift away from all this and let's look at it in a different angle of entrepreneurship. How can AI be used to boost entrepreneurship amongst young people? Like you said, your brother is a good example. So, but what are the other ways that we can actually use them to boost?
So I think first of all, businesses thrive on data, right? You need to know who you are selling to, where you are selling, and type of product, reviews, and even different touch points that we know when we talk about marketing. You see, so for entrepreneurs, it's on different level. I'm a software developer, and I was able to ship 2 products in 2 months, not because I used AI to create it, but AI helped me finish some of those tasks quickly to deploy those projects. So what it means is that I'll be able to develop a project I could do for 6 months. I'll be able to ship it in 2 or 3 months. What means I'll be able to have more work, and I'll be able to generate more money, and I'll be able to employ more. So the issue, businesses can actually use it for different things. When you have a good record, it's easy for you to know what you are doing wrong and what you are doing right. Most times we get stuck as business owners doing the wrong thing over a long period of time, because we can't actually analyze those data. So with AI now, you can feed your data, and it will be able to tell you this product is doing bad because of possibly this stuff. Okay, this region of the country don't like this type of colors or whatsoever type of marketing. You need to shift. So it gives intelligent information without you actually paying more to consult someone physically to start teaching you. So I feel business should be able to employ that, because it will help them scale faster. That's what I see.
Yeah. So you talked about, how it can help to, limit the workload. Like you said, it will help you to, ease your workload. But then when it comes to content creation and using AI, I mean, we're seeing videos of babies, doing the vox pop. I mean, we've seen videos of older people in, Lagos kind of scenes and other things. what will happen when you said the government can decide to impose tax and can decide to, also hold these people accountable for some of the content that are put out there? But what happens for those that have already done and they have already benefited from it?
Yeah, so the tax covers what you are earning, and the impression I feel is nice, right? We have to be patriotic to the country. What we're just asking is, even if we pay, let the tax money be used for the right things. That's just, I think, the people's cry. We're not saying we can't pay or we're not going to pay, but if we pay, the money should be used in the right way. But we see a channel where the government can be able to say, oh, right, so we can actually tax content creators. Fine, yes, you earn money. The government needs to actually find a way, because if those companies were to be in Nigeria, before they pay you, they're going to pay tax. But now, because they are not in the country, they don't need to declare anything, they don't need to pay tax. So definitely, the government has to come for you, and you have to actually fight for those tax. What we're just crying out is, let there be incentives, even because you need to understand before you tax. Most times, if you go to FRS and you see the way they do the calculation, sometimes you just be like, wow. So they need to understand, how do these people earn? What are the costs they also incur? You can't just say you are going to impose 20% tax. You don't really know what actually went into producing those contents, what the person had to spend, and other view. Understand? So I think the government needs to also understand that part, so that it will not be a burden on the youth again.
Yeah. So, but what? How can the government and private sector support youth in leveraging AI for international development?
So first of all, is to build frameworks that actually provide the enabling environment. I know Nigeria, we are good with writing papers and doing English, speaking English on events, but I think we need to have a workable system. Thank God for the AI strategy that was released, I think earlier June or July this year. And we appreciate all what was said on paper, but let the execution actually reach out to people that actually need it, because when we do this, we begin to attract a lot of global relevance. Nigerians are people that when it comes to cryptocurrency and blockchain, we have seen how we became #1 and #2 in global adoption. The same thing is going to happen on AI. But the issue is, how does the government actually give the youth an enabling environment? There should not be too much burden. Even though the few people that will make money will actually japa, and they will leave. Then you can't tax them again. So we should see how we can actually even encourage youth to start building local content that talk about history, content that talk about mindset, engineering, and all that stuff, and how we can implement it in schools. We are seeing how China has actually brought in AI into their, I think from their primary school or something.
For their teaching, yeah.
Yeah, you have to actually do that. United States has taken that. So we need to see those frameworks go to the grassroots, where an average Nigerian, before he finishes secondary school, is very good with using AI for different stuff. With that, we'll be able to actually create employable youth, because that's the challenge we are facing. We have youth, but they are not employable.
All right, let's go on a quick break. I want to return. We'll continue this discussion. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. Now, before we went on break, you talked about how, the blockchain, when it came to, Nigeria, especially the cryptocurrency and the rest, and it became normal for us now, and now AI is becoming the new normal, like I rightly mentioned earlier. But what, how can Nigerian youth still use the skills, to focus on remaining relevant, to remain relevant in an AI-driven economy?
Yes. So
aside from content creation now.
Exactly. So we have a lot of, let's say, old school or old knowledge that we have that is still somehow relevant here in the country. You can see an accountant still using his normal bookkeeping too.
Yeah.
So the question is, how do you actually use AI to make your work better? Because when we need to have people that understand that AI can make even what you are doing more professional. You can see people doing reporting on just Microsoft Word. No charts, no graph, no infographics on it. But with the use of AI, now you'll be able to even structure your reports better. Accountant can be able to give you a better insight on your financial statement. So the issue is, we need to see people use AI to continue because the issue is that when we go to Web3, that's where where the main displacement is even happening. Not even on AI, because AI is having a marriage with Web3. So where people need to be more scared is the Web3, because it's coming with a new phase of decentralized type of work. But AI is to make your work even efficient. As a reporter, you have to find a way to make sure the tools you are using actually make your work faster, you'll be able to understand structured questions to ask, because it helps your audience. So
yeah,
those are the things, even your editors, your graphic designers, in one way or the other, you cannot say no. It will creep in, because it will creep into the tools that you have been using before. It has crept into the Microsoft Word, the PowerPoint, the Canva, all the other old tools now are adopting AI. So you will not be able to be productive because AI is already there. You are not adopting AI. AI is adopting
you because everything is actually AI.
Exactly.
Facebook, so WhatsApp, everywhere there's AI.
It's adopting you into his ecosystem because you are his product now. So just for you to survive in it, that's what remains now.
Wow. Okay, so but how can AI be applied to, in terms of solving now local challenges, like you rightly mentioned earlier, also, unique to Nigeria in terms of education, agriculture, and even healthcare?
Yes, so I think it's one of the strategies that was put in place now to have the green energy, health, because I think it's trying to put in the SDGs goal into what AI will be able to do. And I think for education is very important, because the retentive memory of, I think, students, they want screen, they want to make it fun. Some of the online programs are even fun to learn than a teacher standing in front of you with cane trying to flog you. So I think we can be able to model. One of the programs I have with one of my friends, we are building content for children to understand finance in a cartoonish way.
AI?
Yeah, just cartoon now. And they will be able to understand how money works from a tender age. Just like the way you're talking about cocoa melon or whatever.
Yeah.
So imagine you start teaching a child about money using cartoons. So those are the strategies we are beginning to use. Because in the next 20 years, he said they are going to be his customers. And that's the truth. So when he makes them understand money and how they'll be able to actually make money, since they don't teach you how to make money in school, so imagine you can learn that from the channel or from the videos. In the next 20 years, that child will be able to actually effectively know what investment are. So the same thing when it comes to the healthcare, we are beginning to see systems, infrastructures in the healthcare system that could actually detect a lot of these sicknesses faster. Because you can go to some beds now, lie down, and it takes your blood pressure, does your scan, just by lying down on the bed. What do you think happens? AI and robotics are happening now, right? Because it understands that we need to get reports of our patients quicker. We need to analyze those information faster. Then we might have to find a way to share those information faster too. Because we are seeing how you can take, doctors can actually do surgery on people while they are not even in that place by using robots. How does that work? Because AI is facilitating that live event. So healthcare is going to benefit a lot. We are seeing telemedicine where you talk to doctors online or talk to AI and prescribe. It almost tells. The last challenge we have, we said a doctor was actually using YouTube to learn, is this surgery or what have you. I think there was that issue that happened.
So, you just mentioned how it's AI is actually helping to prescribe and what have you. Now, it's actually going to solve the issue of the brain drain and doctors leaving the country and what have you, because that's what it means. That's what we're getting to.
Definitely.
But finally, before I let you go, what advice will you give average Nigerian youths that actually want to, build a career? Either using AI or even software engineering?
Yeah, so my advice always to youth is the internet space has provided us with the freedom that we have always clamored for. We need to actually go back to understand learning is just the ultimate rescue boat for us. There are a lot of things people can learn. AI is just a tool that helps you, because when you have an inquisitive mind, the truth is, the sky is just your starting point. So I always advise people, the internet is not just for you to go there and just push nonsense or pick up a fight. No. There are skills that you can learn. You can learn content writing. There are so many. In fact, if you feel those things are new, the current job you are doing, how can you adopt AI to you to make it better? Because at the end of the day, it will make you a better staff and even a better person as a whole.
Well, thank you so much, Japhet Johnson, for taking your time to be on my program.
Thank you.
And, for your contribution also.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And now this is where we've come to the end of today's episode. I'll leave you with this message. Artificial intelligence is no longer just a future. It is the present. And for Nigerian youths, embracing it is essential to staying relevant, innovative, empowered in today's rapidly changing world. Well, if you enjoyed today's episode, do not forget to like and share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on all our social media platforms. I am Fatima Ahmed Musa. See you again next time.